Here we go. Okay, everybody, today is July the 8th, 2018. So we have had the very first week of the new seminar year. We had a 4th of July in there. People have been on vacation, and some of us have been working. So I am so excited myself of how this new year has started. And it's all because I decided to book a party. And you know what? That is the key to everything in this business, really, is booking parties and meeting new people and then recruiting your hostess and getting lots of sales. So I'm going to start out and just talk a little bit about that, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Great Start program for the new consultants, because I know you've had a week to think about it and listen to it, and the more it's funny how when you first hear something, it's like, now what did she say? You got to get it right in your brain, what's going on with this new program. And I want all of us to be able to really take advantage of it so that you will just maximize it. So just to tell you a little bit about the party that I had, Elizabeth, who was on the call tonight, I asked her to book a party for me back in May, but she is this, she's not a teacher, but she works in the school system, and she's like, it's crazy in May, I'll do one in June. Well, June, about the third week of June, I remembered. And I said, she placed an order, actually. I said, hey, when are we going to do that party? And so we booked it for July the 2nd. And I thought, that's great. That's a great way to start the new year. And so a couple of things that really made her party great, and I'm going to give you the results before I tell you about the party, is the results are we sold over $1,600 at this party. She had 8 people there, including herself. And I don't even know how many names, but every little profile card looked like this, just like 20 or so names a piece, over 100 names, I'm sure. 3 bookings and 2 new team members. And so that is kind of the results of the party. If every party I did could be that way, I'd be like, a super duper national sales director. And so we know every party is not that way. But I think there were a couple of things that made the party great. And one of the things is when you book a party with a girl, a customer that loves Mary Kay, your party sales are going to be better. And at this particular party, I had 2 women there, Elizabeth and Joanna, who used to be a Mary Kay beauty consultant in my unit. And that's how I even met Elizabeth, was way back when. They both loved the Mary Kay products, but they had not tried the new Miracle Set 3D. And so when you have a hostess that loves the products, that it really goes a long way in helping you have a great party, because they're encouraging the whole time. And they're like, they love the product, they're enthusiastic, they have a fun attitude about it, and it just makes it great. To get the names, and I know we've talked about this on the Boss Babe calls a million times, but I'm just going to keep telling you in case you're not doing it. You got to use that charcoal mask. You got to put the mask on the nose and the cheeks, and then you play your little game, and you give tickets for every name they give you, and you do a little drawing. My prize was literally, it was kind of funny. I had these hand creams with socks in them and a Christmas bear. And I had about 5 of them left over from Christmas, and that was the prize. I said, don't worry about this Christmas bear, but you're going to get it. I didn't even tell them what the prize was. We just did I said they're going to get a prize. And I do play that little song, the songs on my phone, and it just helps them not to talk to each other while I'm playing that music, and to be writing names down. Because sometimes I find and everybody's got a phone that you can just hit and play a song. And it just makes them go ahead and stick to what they're supposed to be doing, which is giving you names, right? And we've talked about how when they're doing that, to tell them that you're not going to be stalking their friends, that you really don't even have time, because you usually get about 100 names at every party. They're going to get one text and invite them to have a facial, and that you are going to probably send a picture of you and the girl with you that gave the name, so that they would know it's not a scam. So you're going to explain that, so it takes out any fear of somebody give you these names. And then your goal at the end of the party is not to call all these names. Your goal is to get a booking from every single person that has given you a bunch of names. And at the end of the party, you actually give 5 tickets for anybody who will book a party on the spot. But even if they don't say they will and get the 5 extra tickets, when you sit down to close with them, you pull their profile card out and you say, wow, man, I see you have like 23 names on here. I mean, I'm going to text all these people, but honestly, don't you want to do a party? Because you can invite, this could be your guest list. And you can just invite all of these, and then I won't call any of them until after your party. And then the ones that don't come, I can follow up with. And I'll say, you're going to get free product. And I do this after I do the close of the party. Because when I do the close, y'all know that I do the first set is you get the CC cream at half price. Second set, you get the CC cream at half price and the charcoal mask free. The charcoal mask free is key because at that party, the charcoal mask is so fun. It's so obvious of where they have big pores. Everybody wants the charcoal mask. I mean, like, it's a no-brainer. You could leave and sell everybody a charcoal mask. But since you're going to give it free with this set, it automatically people think, well, I was going to get that anyway. What's in that set? Okay, the cleanser, yeah, day, night, eye cream. I'm going to do that. I'm telling you, it's that easy. And you can ask Elizabeth, who's on here, it's that easy. Everybody just bought the miracle set. One girl only bought a cleanser and a moisturizer, and another girl, she bought the repair set, and everybody else bought the miracle set or the ultimate miracle set. And then the last set, y'all remember, is the CC cream at half price, the free charcoal mask, and the free roll-up bag. And then you just talk about the other stuff. And I want to just share with you that some of the women sat down and they said, well, I wish you had another set that just had everything else I had on. I'm like, oh, that's not a problem. I can make that set for you. And so I sat there and I just started writing down every single thing she bought. And it ended up being $360. Thank you very much. That was the first girl I sat down with. She had to leave first. And she wanted to book a party too. And matter of fact, she's going to be Elizabeth's first party. So I'm thinking about, just for me, coming up with just having me a piece of paper like that I type up with everything else I put on their face that night, because I do the same thing at every party. And it would be not this Ultimate Miracle set, but it would be everything else. For example, the satin lips, the primer, the translucent powder, the cheek color, the bronzer, the lip gloss, the mascara. And I think that's it. And the satin lip set. And satin hand set if we use satin hands. But I probably throw the satin hand set like that. And then add that up. And then say, now you can add the compacts with this if you want to, but otherwise they come loose. And I would probably have a compact to show them. But you could do that too, just so you would have it right in your head. But keeping it simple. The other thing I did not do is I did not give a lookbook to everybody at the table. I'm telling you, you want to do it. You kind of want to put that lookbook out. It's so beautiful and you have them. Don't do it, you guys, because once you put the lookbook out, this is what happens. Susie Q's over there and you're talking to her about her order, and everybody else is going, they're looking through it and they're like, well, that's awesome. Well, maybe I should get that. But what about, and now all of a sudden people are confused on what they need to get. And then they think, and I've had it happen to me, they go, Cleta, can I just take this home and call you later what I want to get? You lost them. You lost them. I'm like, so I don't give them the books until the end. And once I wrote their order up, I said, I've got some of this. Let me go ahead and get it. Because I brought miracle sets to the party because I figured, that was my goal and sell it. So everybody went home with their skincare. So when I did their miracle set, I put it in the bag, and then I took their lookbook. I said, oh, and I've got a book, and it has everything else that we sell in here and all the colors, and I stuck that in the bag. So everybody got a lookbook, but I didn't want them flipping through it at the table and then looking through here and go, you know what, let me just take that lip primer. Yeah, that's what I want. No. What you're going to take is what's on this placemat. And so I just want to tell you through experience. And if they go, do you have a book? Say, yeah, I'll get y'all one in a minute. I'll see if I can find one. And if that's too hard, just leave them in the car. I mean, like, honestly, they don't need to look through the book right then. That's my opinion on that. Okay. The other thing is, while I was at the table, I'm going to unmute Elizabeth for a second. Okay. So here we go. Okay, Elizabeth, she's my hostess. Say hey, Elizabeth.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so there she is, and she's pretty. So, Elizabeth, what do you think it made the difference with you and Joanna, how y'all like the products? I mean, just tell me why you think, as the hostess, what do you think made the party such a success? Anything you want to share?
Well, I think one, because Joanna and I hadn't tried the 3D, but we knew how good the skincare products were. So because of that, I felt like we already had credibility because I've been using the products for 7 or 8 years. And so if I'm that loyal, I felt like I already had credibility with the people at the table because I already used the products. And then one, I could tell them the little things about Mary Kay that I liked, and about how great of like a person you are, and like if you don't like something, you can exchange it. And I already knew how you operate, and how Mary Kay, if they didn't like it, they'd buy it back, and it wasn't a problem. So I could tell them little things that someone that was very new to Mary Kay wouldn't have known. Like I was telling my sister-in-law about the different mascaras. Even though we didn't try all the different mascaras, I could tell her about other things that I already knew that we didn't necessarily try that night. And I was telling her the differences in like the applications on the brushes and stuff. And I think just having that knowledge of what I already liked from Mary Kay, and then the wow factor of how great everybody looked. And I think something that you did that I really felt like sold some products that maybe wouldn't have is when you went around the table and made everybody compliment and say something to each person about one thing that they like. And so it was like there were enough of us at the table, like you almost had to pick a different product that they used for each person. And I think it sold more because when someone gets a compliment, they're like, okay, well, if that made me look that good, I need to buy that.
Mm-hmm. That's perfect. That's perfect. And you know what? The class, I just did a call with another unit, and I told them that. I said, if y'all skip compliment time, I said, you won't sell as much as I sell, because that is where it's not the sales lady up there telling them how cute they look. It's their friends. And like with Tammy, when everybody was telling Tammy how great she looked, I mean, you could just tell it built her self-esteem, and then she was ready to buy it and booked a party. She's going to be your first party. So, awesome. Yeah. Well, and then the other thing that I wanted to ask you was, when everybody was sitting at the table and I'm over there talking to everybody individually, what was the conversation at the table? Were people asking you guys questions, or how did that look?
Yeah, well, they were asking us questions, but that's when Joanna and I were telling them about the other products. That's when I was having the conversation about the mascara and the different applications. And then we were talking about different foundations because we use the CC cream. And there was one girl that said that she didn't feel like it was enough coverage for her. And I was telling her that, well, there are other things. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of told them about products that I had used in the past and what are some of my favorite colors and things. So like lipsticks and eyeshadows. So even though we only use the bronzer, that we were talking about all the other things that I liked.
Okay. All right, good. And keep it real positive. And so really it was a really easy sale when they came down to sit. I mean, I did not have to, excuse me, guys. I didn't have to talk anybody into anything. Honestly, I sat down and I said, which set do you want to start with? And they said, some of them will start and they might, excuse me, y'all. Kind of cough a bit. A couple of them sat down and would say, like, let's see. Like, okay, this one girl, I didn't really know what she was going to buy. She said she don't wear makeup, she don't do anything to her face. It was Bridget. So she says, I want that cheek color that you did. I said, oh, okay. So I wrote it down. And then she goes, and yeah, go and give me that miracle set. So, I didn't know, because I thought when you start out with a cheek color, but then she said, yeah, go and get that miracle set. Okay. I said, great. So you get the CC cream at half price and charcoal mask free. And she said, awesome. So it was amazing. So it's just the little things that I think once you do it enough and you get used to what you're doing, you will sell more. Everybody bought the bronzer. It's amazing to me, really. And it's so easy that at the end of the party, of course, I talked to Joanna, and she said, you really need to recruit Elizabeth. And I said, you really need to sign back up, and then you can recruit Elizabeth. Even though I would, that's the way I do it, because if they're best friends, I'm not going to recruit both of them under me. I'm going to let one of them recruit the other. And Joanna, the reason I know Elizabeth is because Joanna introduced me to Elizabeth. And when Joanna quit selling for a little while, then she let me pick up Elizabeth. So, so anyway, they both signed up. Elizabeth is the new Sapphire Star consultant. Joanna is going to be a Ruby Star consultant. And they all already had their parties set up. Their first party, Elizabeth's first party is Sunday. Joanna's first party is going to be Friday. And then we also have another new consultant, Pam Wagner, got a brand new consultant on day one. And her daughter, Hannah, her first party is going to be on Thursday. And then Elizabeth has already signed up a couple of other parties because of the names that we got. I gave her the parties. So what our goal is, you guys, is to do parties, to make your sales, to get bookings, and then also to find team members. Now, Elizabeth, because she was my hostess and we had such a big party, I gave her 20% of free the party sales and free product, because she had $1,500 in sales before she did her order. And so she had 3 bookings. So I gave her $300 in free products, and she ended up buying an additional $80-something. And then one girl got a little Clearproof Go set in addition that I forgot about. So it ended up being over $1,600 in the party. But think about this. She got $300 of free product. She bought $70-something, and then she went ahead and signed up. Sometimes you might think, well, why would they sign up? They just got all that. Because she sees the value in this business, right? And she also sees the value in a party. And also, we talked about recruiting. So let's talk about that a minute. The way to maximize this new recruit, the Great Start bonus, and the Ready, Set, Sell, the Ready, Set, Selling, is to get your new recruits off to a good start. And also for you, as someone who's maybe you're not a new recruit, you've been in like me, this is the month to get your agreements in, because it's double credit month. So everybody that gets at least 6 agreements in, whether you get them the last minute of, July 31st, it's at midnight, they don't even have time to place an order. But the agreement goes in. Once they do a 600 in their first 4 months, that's going to count as 2 people toward the National Queen's Court of Sharing, which is 24 for the year. So you would start out at 12 in month 1. Can you even stand it? That's so awesome. And in addition to that, you get a $50 bonus every time you recruit somebody that does at least a 600. So let's say you're this month you got 6 new recruits. Well, that's a $300 bonus. Okay. I'm just assuming they all become qualified. And if they all even just did $600 in orders, that's $3,600 wholesale, just in their first initial order. Even if they don't do a star order or nothing else, they just do 36. Well, you'll end up getting 13% of that, because as a person that has 5 team members, your commission check goes from 4% to either 9 or 13%. So if all 6 order, that's going to be 13%. So you got 3,600 times 13%, and that's just minimum. That's $468. Plus, you get a $50 bonus for all 6. That's $300 bonus, right? 50 times 6. That's right. I can add. Okay, so 300 plus 468. That's $768 in a commission check for you for this month. If you get 6 recruits and they all at least do a 600. Now, even if they don't all do a 600 right now, maybe they did a 225, and then next month they're 400 something, 375 goes in, then you'd get the $50 bonus next month. But that money would be coming to you at some point if you get them qualified. And if they have at least 1 or 2 parties, even if they're broke and can't even pay attention, they could get qualified by selling. Could they not? Of course they could. So this is the month to not only book your parties, make some money, so you can for sure for yourself get the first prize of the You Hold the Key, which is that beautiful necklace that has a key on it. Elizabeth has already won hers. It'll be coming in. It's so crazy because I placed an order and it was like $500. I'm like, why didn't I go ahead and place another $100 to get that key so I can show y'all? But anyway, I'll do that tomorrow. But not only do you want to book your parties and make some money for your sales and get your bookings, book up, but look for these team members, because one of the things that I did with Elizabeth and Joanna, we went through the names and I'm like, look, this girl I think would be good. And so we're going to talk to some of her people about that as well and get them some teammates this month, like right off the bat. And every single month, this new consultant, like Elizabeth or Joanna or Hannah, our three new ones, when they get a new recruit that comes in with a $600 order or more, or does the 600, they get $200 of free product. So Joanna, who I let sign up Elizabeth, Joanna's doing a $2,400 order, and she's going to get 4 bundles free. But in addition to that, she's going to get 2 more bundles, the $100 bundles, which is called the Essential Bundles, free, because Elizabeth signed up and did a qualified order. Isn't that exciting? So you guys, I'm just telling you, you got to take advantage of recruiting this month, every month, really every month of the seminar year. But especially this month, let's kick it off and say, who do I know? Who do I know? And what I am doing is I'm going back to some people that I have talked to before. And I am telling them that, Mary Kay has added some bonuses for new consultants. And this is what I told Joanna. I said, Joanna, Mary Kay has added bonuses where you get a $50 bonus for every person you sign up that's qualified. You get free bundles of free products. I said, it's so much more money you can make if you can sell and you can team build. And I knew she could. And she's like, all right. So I'm going back to some people that I've talked to before and say, look, Mary Kay just enhanced our commission and our bonus structures where you can make more money. And I would love to just talk to you. And again, it just came out on July the 1st. I think you'd be very interested in it. Because I've got people in my unit that came in and recruited 5 people in their first month. And I think about Tammy Whittam. 5 people in her first month got on target for her car. And she had a good check. But guess what? Her check would have been way more had this program been involved. And she would have had all this free inventory that she could sell and make 100%. And do you know that the bundles on this Essential Bundles, they aren't oddball things. Like one of the bundles is a miracle set. It's either the 110 miracle set. So, I mean, and then there's other things too. But I mean, who wouldn't take the miracle set? It's $110. I take that every single time, right? So it is products that you can sell. And of course, the bundles in the Ready Set Sell are bigger than they were before. They're about $150 a piece instead of $100 a piece. So you can take advantage of the Ready Set Sell. If you can get some credit or get some inventory and get started immediately, you're going to get more free, and you still can take advantage of the other stuff. Does that make sense? So when I sit down to talk to Elizabeth and Joanna, I mean, we talked about the Ready Set Sell, about doing your inventory, within the first 15 days to get the maximum amount free. And then everything else is going to be gravy. They'll kick into the other program. So I just want y'all to understand it. And so what some people are doing is they are actually maxing out June in a different way. For Mary Kay to get on the Queen's Court of Sharing is 24 people, but you can only count up to 13 people in 1 month. You can't get you couldn't get none and then recruit 24 in the month of June and make it. 13 is your max. So what they're doing is they're saying that you can get 6 in addition to the 13, and so that it will actually. Anyway, long story short, it'll end up counting 19 people. So if you maxed it out and got 13 recruits, is that right? Yeah, 13 recruits this month. Then you would max it out and end up, if they all qualified, 19 of your 24 would be done. So let's just go find 13 girls to sign up. It's easy. It's $100, right? So anyway, and I want to tell you one more thing, and then we're going to cut this off. And I'm going to let y'all ask some questions. But I was talking to Megan from Titusville. I don't know if she's on here, but Megan and I were talking, and we were talking about, and at our meeting the other night, about not making recruiting so complicated, where we're just making it too hard. Honestly, you don't have to sit there and know every single thing in the world about Mary Kay. All you got to do is say, Marina, you ought to be doing this with me. I think you'd be awesome. Let's get you started. I mean, it is so much fun. They got great programs for new consultants, only $100 to get in. What do you think? I mean, that is as simple as you need it. You do not have to go through the whole new consultant's guide. And, let's just think they're going to really sign up because they like you. That's really why they're going to sign up, because they like you. And so what you're going to do is, as you do these parties and you're closing with people and you got a feeling about them, you just say, you know what? You should do this. You should do this with me. Let me go and send you this agreement, and let's get you in, and we can do it together. And together means we're going to be on the same team. I'm going to help you, and I'll do parties, you'll do parties, and it'll be so much fun. We ride the meetings together, and let's get it going, and just be excited. I mean, I'm so excited. I feel like I can recruit those kitty cats out there that I can't get rid of. So anyway, it's like, I want you guys to get so excited about your Mary Kay career. And I know you're thinking, yeah, if I had a $1,600 party, I'd be pretty excited too. That's right. You know what? That is exactly right. But it wouldn't have happened had I not asked someone to do a party. And then had I not followed up and asked her again and remembered when she told me no in May, and she goes, I'll do one in June, to not forget to ask her. And then, and get it booked. Because don't y'all have people that say, I can't do one right now, but I might could do one in August. Well, write it down somewhere so you don't forget who tells you. And let's go through and get the rest of this summer booked up so that July can be the best month you've ever had. Because I want you to decide. I don't know, several of you listened to Dawn Alton Sweeney's call. It's called Unlocked that she's doing. It was fantastic Saturday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. Several of you were on there. But one of the things she says, make a decision right now of which court you're going to be in. So the Princess Court is where you sell $20,000 in a year. And the Queen's Court is where you sell $40,000. So $20,000 or $40,000. All right. $20,000 is where you are selling about $1,600, a little over $1,600, my one party in a month. So you're ordering about $833 in a month. Okay, wholesale. The National Queen's Court of the Queen's Court of Sales is where instead you're going to double that. You'd be selling, you'd be ordering $1,667, which is selling about $3,334, whatever. Y'all can divide it up a month. So you're ordering $1,667. So you're going to be selling about $830 something a week. It's not that much, you guys. You could do it. So you decide. You want to be Princess Court or Queen's Court of Sales? Pick one of them. And then there's on the Court of Sharing is 12 is Princess Court, 12 for the year or 24 for the year. And pick one of those. And you can be recognized in the Princess Court or the Queen's Court, at seminar. And it's something to go for. One of those two things. And then the third is, where do you want to be on the career path? And you want to do that. Where do I want to be on the career path month by month? Like by the end of July, where do you want to be? With the recruiting going on, all of you could be in a red jacket if you're not already in it. But most of you could be as a team leader. That's 5 team members. And get on target for your car. Wouldn't that be exciting? What if we went to seminar and we had like 10 people on target for their car? I would probably have, it'd just be so exciting. People wouldn't even be able to stand me. I'd be so excited. And so get on target for your car is awesome. That's 5 people and 5,000 wholesale. That's what it takes. And so we have so much time in the month left. It's so exciting to know that it's only the 8th. We've got 23 more days to get it done. And you've got to make every day count. If you're going to seminar, you're going to be gone a few days. So that's why I'm telling y'all, for me, I have literally, tomorrow night we have our sales meeting. Wednesday I teach a Bible class at church. Thursday night I have a party, a new consultant party. Friday a party. Saturday my mom's 80th birthday party. Sunday a new consultant party that evening. Monday's the meeting, and I leave on Tuesday. So literally every single night. Am I going to be tired? Yes. But am I going to be excited? Yes. Because I have a goal, and I don't have time to take naps all day long and wait till I get home from seminar to make this month be good and go, oh, I just ran out of time. So I want y'all to be as determined as I am to make it a great, great month, because everybody was at 0 on July the 1st, and some of us have already started. Now, some of y'all are still thinking about getting started. So you've had your week vacation. Let's get back to work. And so what I want to do is I'm going to open it up for a minute to any kind of questions that you may have. And I'll just unmute everybody. And then when you start talking, I'll mute everybody but you. Okay. So if you have any comments or questions about anything. Okay. Everybody's unmuted. Anybody, anything you'd like to say? All right. Everybody's quiet. I must have just done a great job. That's all I got to.
I got a question.
Okay.
Lita.
Yeah, I got you, Sandra. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hang on, Sandra. Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yes. On the placemats, those are the ones we can order from section 2, or the ones that you close with?
Yeah, they're the ones that come in the new kit.
The new kit, okay.
In the new kit, and they're on section 2. You
Okay.
get, I think you get 4 of them for, I don't have an order form right here, but they're like 4 for $2 or something like that. They're pretty cheap.
I get some. I don't have any of those. I got to get some. Okay.
So those are the ones. You could also, if you don't have them yet, if you want to just print them off on InTouch, I think you can look under New Consultant Tools, and you'll see the placemats, and you can print them off.
Okay.
So, or if you want to, at the meeting tomorrow night, I'll just give you one. You can make some copies till yours come in.
Okay.
Just come get one out of my thing. So,
okay. Right.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to unmute everybody. Who else has a question or something they'd like to say?
I got a question.
Okay.
Okay. Since you don't do the lookbook, do you put out the little beauty books with the placemats, or just the placemat?
Okay, that's a great question, Sam. I used to always put out those new little beauty books. Okay, I always have. I did not do it the other night. I had them, but I didn't use them. No, I don't think that's a bad thing. Hang on just a minute. Let's mute everybody. It's just hard to hear with everybody. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to unmute you, Sam. Okay, me and you were talking. So I don't think it's a bad thing to use those beauty books. I've always used them, and they're nice. They're right there, and I would say if you have them, use them.
Okay.
I didn't use them only because I just didn't put them out. I don't know. Obviously it didn't hurt my sales, but I do like them, and they do kind of go with the flip chart. So it's up to you if you like to do them. Do one with and one without. See what you like the best.
Okay.
It's a nice little brochure to take home if you don't have a bunch of lookbooks. It's a little less expensive of that brochure, so you definitely can use it.
Yeah, I like it because it's a little more streamlined and just sticks to like the sets. So
Yeah. The only thing that it does is like in those little beauty books, there's more sets on the back, that little insert, and I just really want to stick to this. So I don't know if I would put the insert in there. You can just decide on that. That's good. That's a good question. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Anybody else? Everybody is unmuted. Okay. Anybody got anything exciting that happened they want to say before we end? Okay. Well, welcome everybody to the new year, and I really am expecting big things from each of you. If you would like to get on the calls on the Boss Babe Boxer, I have posted the information about the unlocked calls, and I do need to address something. Let me just do that real quick because several of you are on there. Okay, on the unlocked calls, what she is doing. She is Dawn Alt-Sweeney is the National Sales Director, and she is going by the Mary Kay autobiography that comes in the starter kit. There's an autobiography in there. And so she asked us to read the first 3 chapters, which I did. And honestly, once you start, I've read this, I don't even know how many times. But honestly, I'm like, I forgot about that. I mean, it's such a good book of Mary Kay's life and her story. So that's part of it. There is a download. She has, on the flyer, you'll see it's dawnaltonsweeney.bandcamp. And then there's a bunch of recordings she's done, and it's just solid training. One's called Boot Camp. And there's 6 lessons in the boot camp. and she wants us to listen to at least 2 of them this week. But there is a fee for that. It's $25, and it's for all 6 hours of training. And so some have asked me, do I have to do that? You don't. You don't. So if you don't want to do the boot camp, you can just call in on Saturday mornings at 7 o'clock in the morning and listen, or you can call back and do the replay. The boot camp is just solid training for booking, for target market. It's some really good training. I've been listening to Dawn for the last 4 years. And so I think I've got those CDs somewhere. I think I bought them at a thing. I got to go find them. But anyway, so I just want to tell you, you can participate in those calls with or without doing those downloads. If you want it, you won't. I mean, I think it'd be worth the $25 for sure. And then the other thing is she wanted us to do there's 2 recruiting ones, and she said she thinks those are $12. And so the whole thing was like $37 or something like that. Last time we just bought a book. I think the book was $20 and we bought it. So I don't think too much about it, but you guys, I just want to let you know, if you'd like to do it, you can. I'm not pressuring you in either way. I think they would be very valuable to you, but it's up to you. Okay, so do it if you want to. If you don't, just call in on Saturday mornings. It was so great. It was so inspirational. And it doesn't cost anything to call in, listen, and take notes and take action. Okay, and I'm going to do the downloads, and I'm going to listen to them because Dawn's pretty wise, and I just like her style of teaching, and I want to take some notes on what she taught so that I can teach it as well. So I just want to address that with you guys. You're not going to get pressure from me on that. That's up to you. Okay? So that's what I wanted to tell you about that. The next call will be next Saturday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. And if you missed the one this Saturday, you just have to go back and listen to the playback. And the access code is the same. The phone number to dial in is different. So there's one phone number to dial in if you're live, and then there's another phone number to dial in to play it back. And the the playback will be there all week until next Saturday at 7 o'clock, and then it will be erased. So that's how that works. And it'll ask for a reference number, and it's just the pound sign. And what that does, it just gives you the latest call. Okay? So if you have any questions about that, box me. But I know several of you were on it, and it was really, really good. And I love being trained by National. I want to be one. So you know what? That's why I'm getting on these calls. Actually, she's kind of talking to consultants instead of directors, but I use it as a way for me to be able to be trained by her on how to train. So there you go. Okay. All right. Everybody's unmuted. So I am going to go ahead and end the call. Just want to thank you guys for calling in tonight. And we will continue it on the 9 o'clocks on Sunday nights. And everybody, for the meeting for Valdosta tomorrow, in fact, let me just start them.